It's 11 questions on everyone's favorite boss, Michael Scott, played by Steve Carell on The Office. This is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thank you for checking out my show. I've been doing it for a little over 2 years now, and it's my favorite thing to do. Wake up every day, record an episode, post it for your listening pleasure, and listen to the sweet sound of trivia questions spilled from my mouth. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Hit subscribe if you want to get new episodes every single day, like today's. This is the last of our Parks and Rec and Office week on the show, so hopefully you had fun this week playing along if you're a fan of either of those shows, and we'll jump into some more random stuff as the month goes on, including these kinds of topics. We're going to be doing American Horror Story for my friend Carrie. We're going to do Babylon 5 for my friend Manny. We're going to do the Table of Periodic Elements for Alexis. We're going to do movie taglines for Alex. We'll do the Goofy movie for Jen and Cool Runnings. Those are her picks for October and November that I need to get to. We're going to do classic PC games and Valley Girl Speak for Erica. Luke recorded with me. He did some Simpsons trivia and some voiceover animation trivia earlier this month, if you want to check out those episodes. And a bunch of other fun stuff coming up, like wrestling finishers, Darwin Awards, Entourage, time travel movies, Harry Potter, college mascots, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So thank you so much. If you're a patron to this show, you can go to patreon.com/trivia with buds to see what all the fuss is about and supporting this podcast. And we have 22. I think we're up to 22 people right now, and there's lots of great rewards on there, and one of the rewards for $5 or more is getting to pick a topic I do every single month. So we are almost up to you guys completely running the show, where you would each pick a topic, and if we have, around 30 or 31 patrons, then you guys will completely run the show, which is kind of cool. It's like the inmates running the asylum. I'll do trivia on whatever you want, and that was always kind of my dream when I started the show. I'm like, this will become like a fan-run thing. So that is a very cool thing that's happened, and we're getting closer and closer to it being a reality. Today's episode is all about Michael Scott, World's Best Boss, is recorded live at Ogo Pogo Brewing in San Gabriel, California, where I will be hosting some Disney trivia on Thursday, November 29th. Get tickets at the top of my website. Click the banner, triviawithbuds.com. We'll have it right at the top. Just click on the Disney picture of me and my family. I'm dressed up as Jafar in the picture. You can't miss it. I have a very creepy, drawn-on, pencil-thin mustache. Because today's episode is about Michael Scott, I went to the office.fandom wiki page, and I'll read you just the first paragraph of his biography, and then we'll go into all his aliases, which I thought was really funny. It says, Michael was born March 15th, 1964 at 11:23 a.m. in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He was raised by his mother and stepfather, Jeff, with a home on Kenneth Road. On several occasions, he has talked about his loneliness as a child. In Diversity Day, Michael claims to be English, Irish, German, and Scottish ancestry. He also claims that he is 2/15 Native American. In Nepotism, it is revealed that Michael has a half-sister from whom he was estranged from 1995 through 2010. As a consequence of their reunion, Michael hires his nephew Luke as an intern for The Office. Michael is reminded of an older brother in email surveillance, but he's never mentioned again. So that's some fun about his family. I remember him, I think, hiring the nephew, but I don't remember what the premise of that was. Was he on the show a long time? I'll have to look that up, or if it was just one episode. But Michael Gary Scott, his middle name is Gary on the show, and here's all his other aliases. Some of these are absolutely ridiculous, and some of them I remember fondly. Here we go. We got Ping, that's at the top of the list, Ping, Michael the Magic, Michael Scarn, Michael Clump, Marketing Greatness Michael, Date Mike, Just Mike, Blind Guy McSqueezy, Prison Mike, Caleb Crawdad, oh, he's the best, Michael Wonka, Reginald Pufta, Michael Scotch, Classy Santa, Mykonos, Spiros, Orville Tutenbacher, Jesus Christ, Johnny Carson, Michael G. Scott, Michael J. Fox, Mr. Fox, Nicki Minaj, The Incredible Mr. Fox, Santa Bond, Beyonce, Captain bruising, and Michael Jackson. Again, I think we already said Michael Jackson. So that's the full list according to this fandom website. I hope that has warmed you up for a whole episode on this great dude and some funny scenarios from The Office. Play along with this recording that we're going to post that was from the live show I did. We're going to do it right now. We're going to jump into those 11 questions on Michael Scott, World's Best Boss. Here we go.
So many prizes for the top 3 teams. This round is called Michael Scott, World's Best Boss. It's the last round of the night. Here's number 1. Finish the Michael Scott quote. I'm not superstitious, but I am a blank blank. Number 1, finish the Michael Scott quote. I'm not superstitious, but I am a blank blank. Number 1. Number 2, which Michael Scott character persona wears a backwards Kangol hat? Number 2, which Michael Scott character persona wears a backwards Kangol hat? Number 3, AJ buys a doll for Holly and Michael throws it in the garbage out of spite. What character was the doll? Number 3, AJ buys a doll for Holly and Michael throws it out of spite. What character was the doll? Number 3. We got a diehard Michael Scott fan on that team, it sounds like. Are you just writing them down and not asking anyone? Classic trivia night. Love it. You know, that's what Michael would probably do. Number 3. Number 3. You're a real Scarn. Is your last name Scarn? I knew it. Number 4. What does Michael call Dwight when he's attempting to jump off the roof of the office? What does Michael call Dwight when he's attempting to jump off the roof of the office? Number 5. As Prison Mike, what did Michael say was the worst thing about prison? Maybe my favorite quote of all time. Number 5. As Prison Mike, what did Michael say was the worst thing about prison? Number 5. Number 5. Number 6. What does Michael say is his favorite New York pizza joint? What does Michael say is his favorite New York pizza joint? Number 6. Number 6. What is Michael's favorite New York pizza joint? Number 7. On the dinner party, Michael tries to convince Andy and Jim to invest in Jan's business. What does she make for her business? One of the all-time most liked episodes of the series, The Dinner Party. Michael tries to convince Andy and Jim to invest in Jan's business. What does she make? Number 7. How cool is it that we live in an age where all these episodes of both of these series, you can just be like, boop, and it's there, right? Number 8, who is the last person to say goodbye to Michael on his last appearance as a regular on the show? Who's the last person to say goodbye to Michael on his last appearance as a regular on the show? Number 8. Number 8, what do you think? Number 8? Number 9, what does Michael declare when chatting with Oscar? What does Michael declare when chatting with Oscar? Number 9, what does he declare? Number 10, on season 5, Michael's Halloween costume is based on what Saturday Night Live skit? Number 10 on season 5, Michael's Halloween costume is based on what Saturday Night Live skit? Number 10. Number 10, season 5, Michael's Halloween costume is based on what SNL skit? And the very last question of the entire event. I hope you guys had so much fun like I did. Michael Scott bonus question for 2 points. How many times did Michael, just Michael, say that's what she said over the course of the show? The closest team without going over gets 2 points. Last question of the night. How many times did Michael, just Michael, say that's what she said over the course of the show? The closest without going over gets 2 points. Think about it. That's the end of round number 6, the Michael Scott round. Thank you guys so much for playing, supporting your local brewery in San Gabriel, Ogo Pogo, and your local trivia host, Ryan Buds. You've been playing Trivia with Buds. Grab one of my cards before you leave, and let's plan your next party. Cheers. Here we go. Michael Scott, World's Best Boss. This was the last round. This was a 1-point game from first to second to third. Number 1, finish the Michael Scott quote. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. Number 1. Number 2, which Michael Scott character persona wears a backwards Kangol hat? Date Mike. Date Mike. Number 3, AJ. Actually, Date Mike is on, or he's at a trivia night. Isn't that where it's at? No? Aren't they playing trivia at Dave & Buster's? No. Got it. Number 3, AJ buys a doll for Holly and Michael throws it out in spite. It's a Woody doll from Toy Story. Woody. Number 4, what does Michael call Dwight when he's attempting to jump off the roof of the building? Dwight, you ignorant slut. Number 5 is Prison Mike. What did Michael say was the worst thing about prison? The Dementors. Harry Potter night coming up. Number 6, what does Michael say is his favorite New York pizza joint? Sbarro. I haven't had Sbarro in a long time. Number 7, on the dinner party, Michael tries to convince Andy and Jim to invest in Jan's business. She makes candles. What was the name of the company? Serenity by Jan. You guys all wrote it down. Number 8, who was the last person to say goodbye to Michael? Pam. I read that her real life was her goodbye to him on the show, and they just recorded it, so that's kind of cool. Number 9, what does Michael declare when chatting with Oscar? Bankruptcy. I declare bankruptcy. Number 10, on season 5, Michael's Halloween costume is Dick in a Box. The SNL sketch, Dick in a Box. Number 10. And the bonus for 2 points, how many times did Michael say that's what she said? I checked 3 different websites, 34 times. The team that was the closest was Tex-Mexters with 32. Another team had 30, but they got the 2 extra points there.
Boom. There it is to close out the Office Parks and Rec week. The whole round on Michael Scott. How'd you do? Did you get them all right? I hope you did. I hope you knew a lot about Johnny Carson / Blind Guy McSqueezy / Marketing Greatness Michael. That was a fun episode for me to host and a great trivia night for me to host in all. I love doing those ticketed events because it really brings out the people who are diehard fans of the show who really want the swag and fun stuff that we're giving away. If you want more info on my special events, just go to triviawithbuds.com. Click around, especially the banner at the top. If you're into Disney trivia, that will be our next big event at Ogopogo Brewing on Thursday, November 29th. Would love to see you there. Bring the family. It's a brewery, but it is all ages. They have lots of fun stuff, lots of games and things for kids to play while you're playing some trivia and enjoying a nice brew. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds. Throw a few bucks and get some great rewards. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.